Hey folks, George Raymond, riding with Raymond. Happy Saturday, man. Hopefully everything is going well. I got a phone call this morning, and a friend of mine was asking me about how to start a nonprofit. For those of you who don't know, my friend Brent and I, we started the Thanksgiving Community Brunch, which is a nonprofit where we feed the homeless. Our first year we fed about 36 people. This year we fed 550 people. 2 homeless shelters. We gave away 300 care packages to our guests. We had about 50 volunteers. An amazing event. So my first question was, why a nonprofit? Why do you want to do that? I think that's important, right? Why we do things. As the example is the Thanksgiving Community Brunch. We started that to help people in the community because we saw that there was a need, and no one in that specific area was doing anything for the homeless, and we wanted to fulfill that need and help these people. But the thing is, our first year when we fed 36 people, we didn't think it was going to go anywhere. We didn't know where it was going to go, but we both, my friend Brett and I, and everybody else involved, identified that we love to help people. It's such an amazing event, or amazing experience to put anything together and find that it adds value to someone else's life. So if you're thinking about starting a nonprofit, identify why you're doing it. A lot of people will tell you to, first thing, check to see if anybody else is doing it. Who cares if somebody else is doing it? It's a nonprofit, and I find that as long as you're willing to work harder than anybody else in that space, you put the right amount of effort, attention, and put the right people around you, you will make it. You will be successful. When I first wanted to start this nonprofit, I went to get some assistance from some of the local organizations in the area. First thing they told me is that I should partner with someone and make, because somebody else is already doing that in Philadelphia. So I asked them what did that look like, and they gave me some documents and some information I had to look up. So I researched that information and I looked into it, and I still felt that we should go and do our own thing. So that's the avenue that's what we did. So I was told that Philadelphia would not grant me nonprofit status because due to the fact of so many nonprofits in Philadelphia that they're not going to give them out. They were wrong, and that's what happens a lot. A lot of times people tell you that you can't do something for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is, but people tell you can't, and I find that often you can. So this year we established a status of a 501c3 nonprofit charitable organization because we didn't listen to people. Right? If we would have listened to everybody else, we would not have had the opportunity to do this. And by opening up that structure, it opens the doors for us to do a lot of other things. One of our goals this year is to, this year and the next 3 years, is to get a building. We would love to get a building so we can house people, so we can bring people in there and help them develop different skills and assets to help them get a job. Feeding them the day before Thanksgiving is it's wonderful, but we're feeding them, we're sending them on the way. We're kind of not helping too much to help them get back on their feet. And now our vision is to help these people get back on their feet, because it can be difficult when you don't have when you have nowhere to go, and you're only getting a meal. And by just getting a meal, it's really not helping that person in the long term. And now we're more focused on the long term. So if you're trying to start a nonprofit, one thing you want to do is identify why. Why will help you when you're tired and resources are limited, because that'll motivate you. So with our nonprofit, first thing I did was identify the why, and then we had to look to see if the name was available. Once we let me go back. So first we established awareness in the local community where we were doing the work at. So we built relationships with the local businesses, and then with those local businesses, they were contributing to us to help us make the meal possible. And we had to put it out on social media. We had to talk to we had to talk to the community and let the community know our story. In addition, we had to build a website. We needed an online platform that would communicate our story. People could come there, they could donate, they could sign up for volunteering, and they could find out more information about who we are, what we do, and who's involved with us, who's on our team. So that was very important on the digital marketing side. And then we would constantly put out different write-ups, press releases. So I would do some videos to kind of communicate the story. You know, some people like to read, some people like their visual. So we did a different blend of different ideas to kind of get that content out there. So after we got a little bit of awareness, we have social media going on, we have the website going on, and then we established the idea. Well, we came to the conclusion that it's time to establish this organization, and that's when we did an entity name search. You can go on your local state's website and just put your name in there, see if the name's available, and then once you know the name's available, now you want to get the EIN numbers for both federal and state levels. Then you want to set up your bylaws. Once the bylaws are implemented, you want to set up the articles of incorporation. So EIN, bylaws, articles of incorporation, and then once that's done, you're going to get your sales tax ID numbers, and then federal level first, so go back. So for the federal level, you're going to do your 1023 application, and that's for the IRS to formally be accepted as a 501c3 non-profit charitable organization. So once that's established, then you do your sales tax, and sales tax just allows you to make purchases and not have to pay taxes on those, and those people who are contributing to you. Once all these documents are together, these people can do a write-off for their taxes. So if somebody gives you $10,000, they can now write that off. And then so that's the gist of it. If you if you need a little bit of help with it, contact me. I would love to help you. Maybe we can sit down and we can talk about some ideas, and we can get more in depth with it. But that's a quick overview of the journey. The key lesson that I have personally taken away from this experience is that don't listen to people. People are usually wrong, and I believe if you have enough passion or a big enough reason why, you'll make it work. Just think about when your back's up against the wall and you don't have a job. When you didn't have a job, you're willing to do anything to get that job because there was a why, right? So if you identify why you want to help people, I think that's going to help you, because now you're passionate, you're excited, and you want to tell people about what's going on, and you're willing to wake up extra early in the morning or stay up late at night to make it work. You know, like, so I was going to school full time, and then I was school full time, I was working the job full time, starting this nonprofit, and we needed a website. So I was telling a friend of mine that I need an extra hour in my day because I don't have time, and he told me to wake up an hour earlier every day. He says that'll give you an extra work day. And I'm like, I told him, I said, I'm already waking up at 5:30. It's pretty early. His reply back was, if you get up at 4:30 every morning, you now have an extra day, and then we can meet for coffee at 6. So wake up, do the deal. So by waking up and doing the deal, I was able to build a website, and that's how I was able to do that. So have an amazing day. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful, not too confusing. My thoughts are all over the place because I was driving. Maybe I'll put something together to kind of walk you through it and show you the exact steps and how to do it. Have an amazing day. Bye.